Welcome back, Truth Seeker. One of the big stories on the day of Kobe Bryant's death is about Trae Young, who had one of his career games paying tribute to Kobe Bryant and his daughter's passing. The story is that Kobe Bryant's daughter, her favorite player in the league, was Trae Young. And the NBA is calling it a coincidence. Trae Young and Devin Booker's box scores, how they combined for 81 points, similar to how Kobe once scored 81 points. And as we talked about yesterday, and as we'll get to again, Kobe's full name, Kobe Bean Bryant, equals 81, a ritual number. So before we go any further, there's a lot of new people here. For the new people, be sure to remember this word Gematria. Be mindful to remember Gematria effect. Be mindful to know my name, Zachary K. Hubbard, because this channel you've just subscribed to probably won't be here very long. I am on my 20th channel. If it wasn't the case, we'd have hundreds of thousands of subscribers. But again, thank you to the channel Soluminati, who has over 1 million subscribers. Again, I don't know how people are speaking truth and staying up on YouTube, because I can't. And honestly, I think the reason that I can is because I'm putting out the most deadly knowledge that exposes the cabal, which is this code of letters and numbers. And a lot of people, if they've come over from this Soluminati channel and they've said, okay, I don't get it. What's this letters and numbers thing? And I know that all the people who are leaving that comment, they probably didn't have enough time to watch the video, because I explain in every video what it's all about. And again, I have a book out there. The first chapter tells you what it's all about. The reason the elite, the powers that shouldn't be, use a code of letters and numbers to do like literally everything that they do. Might sound like an exaggeration, but it's pretty much true. The reason they use a code of letters and numbers and dates to do pretty much everything is because they're Kabbalists. And in Kabbalah's Book of Formation, the opening paragraph states, God created the world with letters, numbers, and words. And if you read the Bible, the very beginning of the Bible, Genesis 1, God speaks the world into existence over numbered days. And if you read the Bible, you'll notice it's Genesis 1:26, where God creates mankind on the on the sixth day. Genesis 1:26, the 26th verse. God equals 26 in Hebrew and in English. The Bible was originally written in Hebrew. If you write out sixth as a word, it sums to 26. Very special number pairing, 6 and 26. A few years ago in college football, you saw Bear Bryant tied by Nick Saban with his 6th championship at age 66. And it was number 6 who caught the winning touchdown from number 13. 13's the 6th prime. It was a 41-yard touchdown pass. 41's the 13th prime. 13's the 6th prime. It gave Alabama 26 points. Bear equals 26. Bryant equals 26. Before that game was played, we said it was lock city for Nick Saban to get his 6th in that game. A lot lined up. We said why Belichick would win his 6th championship in that same building at age 66, which he did in Super Bowl 53 over the Rams. Patriots 53, Los Angeles 53, the 16th prime, 16 points scored in Super Bowl 53. Anyhow, letters and numbers. The Kabbalistic belief is God created the world with them. The Cabal, their belief is if they use God's code, they can control the world. And they do. They do. They control most people in it. They got them following along everything they want them to follow along. Rigged sports, shitty movies, shitty music, everything. You know, what's the thing on almost everyone's brain right now in the United States of America? It's the death of Kobe Bryant. What's not on the brains of Americans? Gematria. And why is that? Because they control the information flow. What gets out, they allow. What doesn't get out, they allow. I mean, think about it. How can I not have millions of subscribers, honestly? For people who are new here, they don't know what I've accomplished in the last 6 years, but people who've been around, they know what I've accomplished. That's why I have such loyal followers. You know, that's why I have more people on Patreon than channels that have millions of subscribers. Again, I've called damn near every sports championship before seasons have began understanding this code. Called so many news stories before they happened. Told people why Donald Trump would probably be the next president-elect in 2015 and 16, way before he won the rigged selection by the numbers. Again, you understand this code, you see how the powers that shouldn't be operate. And it's why every single day I can go through every mainstream news story and show how it is contrived, it is forced, it is done by the code. So again, for all of you saying, I don't get it, why are they doing this? You got to listen a little bit better, you got to be more patient. I don't work in sound bites. Sound bite culture is what's wrong with the world. You know, you have to sit down and take time and listen. You got to read my book. You just got to read the first chapter really to feel like you got 10 times your money's worth. 800-page book, $5. You read the first chapter, which is just 12 pages, why there's 26 letters in the English alphabet. You'll know a whole lot. So anyway, let's move on. Why did they use Trae Young? Why is he the bigger part of this story? And Devin Booker for this Kobe Bryant ritual? So easy to see when you know the code of Gematria. And again, let's just cover it. I'll answer the questions that'll come up in your mind as we get there. Some people just can't handle the truth. And don't forget that quote, "You can't handle the truth," is from a movie titled A Few Good Men. And in this world, there's a few good men and women. A lot of brain-dead morons. Okay. So Trae Young, he posted this tweet at 1:01 p.m. I'm just going to skip over that. If you saw my video yesterday, you know all about 101, the 26th prime, Kobe's helicopter crash right next to the 101 freeway. Okay, we're just going to skip that for now. So Trae Young, instead of wearing his number 11, he wore his number 8, which is suspicious in itself because it's like 118, like Los Angeles on the 118th Meridian West, like Los Angeles, California equals 118, like death 118. So many death rituals. Kobe's helicopter crashed on the 118th Meridian yesterday. But anyway, this is the thing. Trae Young hoisted up 24 shots and scored 45, right? And let me get to this tweet right here that really sums it up, and we'll come back to this. So, Trae Young is the first player to have a 45-point double-double with under 25 field goal attempts against the Washington Wizards since Kobe Bryant on December 17, 2016. And the NBA is saying, what a coincidence. And again, this is what I've phrased for years. Coincidence programming. The media programs people to believe that everything is a coincidence. You know, Kobe gets passed by LeBron in Kobe's hometown, Philadelphia. And people are supposed to think that's a coincidence. A 1 in 82 chance for the season that could happen. The Lakers will play one game out of 82 games in Philly. That's the one where LeBron passes Kobe? Oh, really? And then the next day Kobe dies? Coincidence, coincidence. And then the day of, they give you another coincidence story with these two players combining for these points. But check this out. Let's go back up now. Let's go back up and let's understand why they use Trae Young, Devin Booker, and these two respective teams, the Hawks and the Suns. So Gematria. In Hebrew, where this originally comes from, there's 14 ciphers that are used in the system. In English, I've read in the book, The Divine Triangle by Faith Giovanni, that there's over 100 ciphers in use. And for the first few years that I taught this online, I pretty much used just 2 ciphers. But then I discovered reverse gematria, and I saw how everything fit in. And you know what? Just to make a point about that real quick, I'm just going to type in Kobe Bryant. And I'm going to show you how, after studying for 3 years, that I realized that reverse definitely fit in. So for the first 3 years when I talked about Kobe, I talked about the numbers 113 and 41 all the time with Kobe. Now Kobe's dead at 41. And, you know, Michael Jordan's 113, the National Basketball Association's 113. Last month when Kobe was in the headlines for, you know, steering traffic after an accident, it was Kobe's 113th day of his age. I would have seen all those things years ago. The 113, the 41, but I would have never seen the reverse gematria. And reverse is just running the alphabetic order in reverse. But once I came across reverse gematria, I just started to apply it to my research, and I just realized how everything was fitting in. I was like, this is definitely the other half of the code. So Kobe's dead at 41, and he died on his 157th day of his age. And notice Staples Center, which we already knew with the alphabetic order equals 157. Kobe died the day of the Grammys, which were hosted in the Staples Center. And I heard that Alicia Keys was the host. Alicia Keys, whose name is 41 as well. Yesterday also had the 67 date numerology. Kobe died on the 67 date. He died in Calabasas, which equals 67. Again, we covered this yesterday. Yesterday had 67 date numerology. Calabasas 67. Again, we always call that the blood sacrifice number. But anyway, coming back to this. You know, Bryant equals 26. This is the other number I've always talked about with Kobe. In my chapter, I might even mention Kobe in the first chapter of the book. Again, I got to go back and read my first chapter. I wrote the book and it's been published for about 2 years now. I haven't read the book since I put it out, honestly. But if I didn't talk about Kobe in 26 in the first chapter, I definitely know I talked about it in the chapter on sports by the numbers. But anyway, Bryant dead on the 26. Very special number. Again, this is the God number in Hebrew and in English. The game is gone for so many people. Big numbers. And remember, LeBron passed Kobe on the 26. So I'm just making the point. For years, the two ciphers I taught were the alphabetic order and the alphabetic order with the rules of numerology. And I learned those ciphers from the book The Secret Teachings of All Ages by Manly P. Hall, because these are the two ciphers he gives out. And he explains that this cipher right here is the cipher you really want to use. And I've always told people that out of these 4 base ciphers, this is the most important. Kobe Bryant dead at 41 on the 26th. And again, in a moment, we're going to get into how Gianna Bryant, his daughter, who also supposedly died, notice her name's 126, dead on January 26th. And then supposedly Trae Young was her favorite player, which I doubt anybody knew until yesterday. Notice Trae Young's 126. He scored 45. So anyway, alphabetic order with the rules of numerology. And again, numerology, just making a letter a single-digit number. So Z, the 26th letter. In the alphabetic order, Z is 26. With the rules of numerology, 26 is 2 plus 6 is 8. With the reverse alphabetic order, Z is 1 because it's the first letter. A becomes the last letter with reverse gematria. So you're just going Z to 1, back to A. A is 26, and then this last cipher is just using the rules of numerology. So, again, very intuitive system. So many words that have relationships. Are peas in a pod, judge and gavel, the tool that the judge used to get order in the court, perfect overlap, things like witch and broom. You know a witch and a broom, right? And again, I can go into much greater detail on this. I'm just showing you that words that have relationship have gematria overlap. So now let's come to Trae Young scoring 45 on 24 shots. Exactly what Kobe did. I went back and looked at Kobe's box score December 17, 2016. Kobe, number 20. Well, he used to be number 8, but then number 24. Where is he at? Kobe. Here's Kobe's box score. Remember Kwame Brown? Bust. But Kobe with 24 shots, 45 points. Same box score as Trae Young. Now look at this. There's a relationship with 45 and 54. We've talked about this. Perfect gematria overlap. Trae Young scores 45. Why does 54 matter? Remember, Kobe Bean Bryant's 54. Gianna Bryant 54. The day before, LeBron passed Kobe, scoring the 54th points for the Lakers on 25/1, like 251 the 54th prime. Just saw this pattern in the college football championship, which was on a 54 date numerology in New Orleans, which equals 54. 54 days after Dabu Sweeney's birthday. His quarterback, Trevor Lawrence, came into the game 25-0 as a starter. He fell to 25-1. 25-1. 251 the 54th prime. Remember the Kobe rape story? Supposedly he raped the woman at the spa in Colorado. The name of that spa equals 251. And the date of the rape, July 1st, supposedly was 54 days from Kobe's birthday. So anyway, these numbers have been used all throughout his career. And they're used in the end of his story. But again, look at it. 54-45. Trae Young scored 45 points. You write out 45, it's 126, like the date. Like the date. You write out Trae Young, it's 126. He did it for Gianna Bryant, 126. You see? You see how it works? Gematria. Undeniable, unless you're a fool. The only people who've ever come across any video I've ever put out in the last 6 years, and for those of you who are new here, I've produced over 6,000 videos. The majority of them have been deleted because, again, I've lost 19 channels since June of 2017. And for people who don't know, in June of 2017, the Bilderberg Conference, where the world elite meet, big corporation, big bank, big media, politicians, that meeting, June of 2017, one of the bullet points was what to do about YouTube truthers. I was deleted days after that meeting, one of the first people to be flushed and the most to be flushed since then. Channel's literally been deleted 19 times since June of 2017 for doing videos just like this. And you know what they always say when they delete my video? Hate speech. Hate speech. So right now you're listening to some hate speech or knowledge dropping, which is really what it is. Okay, so let's move on. And you guys, like these numbers up here, 117 and stuff, that's not an accident either. Again, I covered this years ago when they retired Kobe's jersey, when the Warriors picked up their 24th win against the Lakers. Again, this ceremony was 117 days from Kobe's birthday. Kobe's full name has the 117 Gematria as well. When you write out 13, it's 117, like LA, like KB. And the ceremony for retiring his jersey was on the day leaving 13 days left in the year. LA, KB, Kobe Bryant, Golden State, they're all 41 as well. 41's the 13th prime, like Kobe dies at 41, his daughter at 13. And by the way, they put out the name of the pilot. Do the Gematria on the name of the pilot that supposedly crashed yesterday. His name equals 41. We'll get to that. Again, Joe Jellybean Bryant, Kobe's father, was drafted in 75. Kobe retired in 2016, 41 years later. His father was drafted by Golden State, 41. His father was the 14th overall draft pick. Kobe was the 13th. And again, they did this in the Staples Center. Steph Curry, his record three-point streak had ended there at 157 games. And in that game, they lost. The Lakers scored 117 in that game. You see what I mean? So, again, Kobe's dead on his 157th day of his age now, the day the Grammys are in the Staples Center where the Lakers play. So, again, Trae Young, he's got these connections, right? He's got these connections. And he did it, again, for Kobe's daughter, who couldn't have died on a more perfect day. And again, a part of me wonders, are these people even really dead? I mean, they might be. Blood sacrifices happen. But, again, so do fake deaths, too, in this world of entertainment, because death sells. Like we talked about yesterday with Juice WRLD. He had that Juice WRLD handle on Twitter with all the extra D's that in Gematria summed to 128. And he tweeted years ago that he was going to fake his death after becoming famous. And then he dies on 12/8, and his Twitter handle with that post equals 128, 12/8, 128. Okay. Now, Trae Young referred to Kobe's daughter as Gigi, which equals 32. And notice Gigi's 32 with the alphabetic order and the alphabetic order with the rules of numerology. And why is that? Well, because G's the 7th letter, I's the 9th, G's the 7th, I's the 9th. They're already single digits, so no numerology is needed. It's just 32 in both ciphers. Kobe wore 8 and 24. 8 plus 24, 32. He plays for the Atlanta Hawks, 32. If you run Atlanta Hawks in reverse, it's 76 like Gigi. And remember, they said Kobe's helicopter was a S-76B that crashed, 76, a day after LeBron passes him, playing in his hometown against the 76ers. It's a special number. Words like symbol got the Gematria 76. It's also a number coded all over Black history. Negro, slave, blues all equal 76. The Million Man March was on the day, leaving 76 days left in the year. Michael Jordan, 76. Barack Obama, 76. And the list goes on. The other number coded all over Black history is 59. And all those same things equal 59, just like Black Mamba. And to show you something else that I just noticed, actually, that I haven't even recorded, but notice Black Mamba, like I just said, is 59 in this same cipher, so is Negro, Slave, Blues, Rasta, just using this alphabetic order. But you see this 211 right here? And again, the 67, he died on a 67 date numerology in the 67 location. He died 22 days before Jordan's birthday, or a span of 23. Remember, that's the king number 23. That's why King James wears 23. But what I noticed is right here, 211, that's the 47th prime. Yesterday, Kobe died on a 47 date numerology as well. And remember, 47 degrees on the Masonic compass. Shaq's 47 right now. His sister died in a 47 ritual earlier this year. But look at this. Kobe Bryant Day is August 24th. August 24th, because he wore the number 8 and 24. The year he retired, 2016, LA declared August 24th Kobe Bryant Day. And look at this. From his death to upcoming Kobe Bryant Day this year is 211 days. And Black Mamba, 211 with the reverse. And again, this is why you need the ciphers to see through the rituals. You need all four to see in totality through the rituals. If you just had this cipher right here, you would see enough. You would see enough, but when you have all four of these ciphers, you just see the full extent. Like I've always said, for the first 3 years, I was essentially teaching with one eye open because I did not realize the reverse gematria. Once I learned the reverse, I said, oh my goodness, I've been missing out. Okay, so we're covering the Trae Young angle. Trae Young writes, can't make this up, he was with me tonight. And there's something with that phrase, he was with me tonight, equals 227. That's the 49th prime. When you write out 8 is what it equals 49. And he was wearing the number 8 jersey for Kobe. And I guess for anyone who doubts what I'm saying, he was with me. Wait. Oh, I'm forgetting the word tonight. He was with me tonight, 227. That's the 49th prime number. And like I said, when you write out 8, it's 49. And when you write out Staples Center, it's 49. And Staples Center, a big part of this ritual, because the Grammys were there the same day. Okay. So again, and then they mentioned that he shot 81% from the floor, and then him and Devin Booker combined for 81 points. And remember, Kobe once scored 81. Kobe had the 81-point game. Well, I thought I got up here. Kobe's 81-point game was against the Raptors. The Lakers scored 122. 81 plus 41 is 122 on January 22nd. And again, Kobe's now dead at 41. Look at Kobe's full name. Kobe Bean Bryant, 81. 81. Whoops. Let me make sure I didn't just mess that all up. Hold up. Okay, so Kobe scores 81 like his full name. His team scores 41. Kobe Bryant's 41. He's now dead at 41. In the last game of Kobe's career, where he scored 60, the Lakers scored 101 points in that game. So that was another game where the rest of the team scored 41. Kobe's last game. Team scores 41, Kobe scores 60. And remember, that game where Kobe scored 60 was 213 days after Moses Walker dropped dead at age 60. Moses Walker was drafted by the Utah Stars like Kobe played his last game against Utah. Both players with Philly connections playing Utah. Kobe's last game against Moses Malone, the team he was drafted by. And remember, Moses Malone and Daryl Dawkins both died days apart. Philadelphia basketball stars just before Kobe's last season. Moses Malone at 60. Daryl Dawkins at 58 for 118 combined years, like Philadelphia, Pennsylvania's 118, like LA's on the 118th Meridian, like number 11 switched his jersey to number 8. And again, I was just talking about the Moses Walker dying 213 days before Kobe from the 213 area code closed out his career with 60 points. The day before Kobe's death. Again, just reminding people that not only are these games rigged, but they're ritualistically murdering people. And then the next day, Kobe dies. Now look, the word ritual in the base ciphers, with the alphabetic order, it's 81. With the reverse alphabetic order, it's 81. I call this the ritual number 81. Go back to August 1st, 2018. Obama endorses 81 candidates. Urban Meyer got suspended. He had 81 games with Florida at the time, I believe. There was some big 81 thing with Urban Meyer, and there was one other big 81 story that day as well. And they were all in the headlines. All these 81 things. I was like, don't people see this? All this 81 on August 1st. And when Kobe scored 81, he was 27 years old at the time. And notice, that's with the alphabetic order and rules of numerology. And then with the reverse alphabetic order, it's 45. And how many points did Trae Young score last night? 45. The first player to do it against the Wizards with 24 shots since Kobe Bryant. Now, here's what else is creepy. From the day this was done, Kobe's death and Trae Young's box score, to Trae Young's upcoming 22nd birthday. Remember, basketball equals 22. David equals 22. Stern equals 22. He died January 1st, 2020, a date with 22 numerology. I told you that day it would be synced up with Zion Williamson's return. Lo and behold, Zion Williamson returns on the 22nd of January and scores 22 points with 17 straight in the fourth quarter. Zion equals 17, NBA 17. The Zion Williamson sweepstakes the same day that Zionist Israel was established in history, May 14th. And again, it always kills me how I can tell people that in a video and someone will write that that's just a coincidence. I mean, those of you who say that, you must not really know anything about like who runs the NBA or what Zionist Israel is, the Jewish nation. Jewish equals 74, like Gematria, like English. Gematria is a Jewish practice coming from Jewish mysticism, Kabbalah. This is the 74th NBA season. Jewish 74, Zion Williamson 74. You seriously think that's a coincidence? And then a lot of you can't make the logical step. You say something like, well, that would mean that it was rigged since he was born. Yeah, exactly. Exactly. Yeah, it's been rigged way since before Zion Williamson was born. We're talking about the controllers of the world. They know that since the times of Rome, that games occupy the mind of the masses. See, that's what's so frustrating for somebody like me. And I'm not saying I'm the sharpest tool in the shed, but I mean, I'm well read. I know things about history. I've read George Orwell's 1984, where it has that very memorable paragraph about how all it took to control the brain dead masses was games, gambling, and alcohol. You could just end the book right there. 1984, Masonry 84, Jesuit 84, United States of America 84, Gematria. Orwell was a member of the Fabian Society. Anyway, coming back to Trae Young. And you know what? I just got to rant for a minute about Trae Young. Sports are so ridiculous right now. Just like everything's absurd and garbage and unbelievable. Ridiculous comebacks in all sports. Just horrible decisions. Stuff that doesn't make any sense. I'll tell you what's at the very top of that pyramid list for me is Trae Young. This is the most forced superstar I've ever seen in my lifetime. This guy is garbage. Garbage. You take away the technology, and for those of you who get mad and say, Zach, I love everything you say, but when you say there's technology to ensure outcomes, I just if you're that person, just see the exit door over there, just get out of here. I just had a guy arguing in the comments that the reason the ball curved in last year in the NFC Championship was because of wind. Is that a real argument? Do you realize that game was played in a dome? Game was played in a dome, dude. Wind didn't cause the ball to change direction in midair and fly through the uprights. It's because they're using technology. They're using it in all of sports. Been proving this year after year. They're using it in all of sports technology to ensure outcomes. Disney put out a movie in the 80s with, supposedly a magnetic basketball hoop and rim. You guys, they've been doing it for a long time. I don't know if it's magnets or some other type of advanced technology, but you can see it. Last year, I called out the Damian Lillard shot. That video got a ton of views. And again, the 37-foot game winner, I believe it gave Portland its 37th win over OKC in playoff history. Portland equals 37. I want to say the game was on a 37-date numerology and 82 days from Lillard's birthday, like Trailblazers 82. We called that game winner before he even hit it. But notice NBA's using that shot this year as part of their advertising campaign, but all they're showing is when Lillard, makes his move, gets the shot off, and releases the ball. They're not showing the flight of the ball from the top because you can see it curve like a baseball pitch into the hoop. It's a joke. Anyway, you take away that technology, Trae Young is nothing. Nothing. I don't even think this guy would have made it to a Division I school if it wasn't also forced and fixed. I mean, I've never seen such a garbage star athlete as Trae Young. Garbage, and his shot is so ugly. Anyway, Trae Young, it's 238 days to his birthday. Bryant in all caps. This is Francis Bacon Gematria where capital letters matter. Bryant's 238. And what's Bryant's birthday? 23/8, August 23rd. Remember his rape story? That was in Eagle, Colorado, supposedly, for another 238. And again, it was 54 days from his birthday, like Kobe Bean Bryant. So, again, Trae Young was born to be. Kobe Bryant was born to be. Pretty much all the stars you see on the sports field, they don't come, from normal households and normal parents. They come from within this network of masonry and former athletes and people in high places. Trae Young, man. They're just making young people worship garbage. I feel bad for young people, Young people, just this whole generation, all they get to do, all that's forced down their throat is shit. From Trae Young to the garbage music to the garbage movies to all this transgender stuff, it's all forced bullshit. All of it. They're not going to know what's good because all they ever got to see was garbage. Now here's Trae Young, 45, and then Devin Booker. So look at this sentence in mainstream reporting. There were other coincidences involving Devin Booker too. Again, coincidence programming, the phrase I've used for years. So Trae Young and Devin Booker took 24 shots, Kobe 24, and combined for 81 points tonight. Trae Young 45, Devin Booker 36. 81 points, right? Look at Devin, 54 and 81, like Kobe Bean Bryant, 54 and 81. Booker, 33, like Kobe. Look at Booker and LeBron and Lakers. You see? This is why he's chosen. And Devin Booker was also the 13th pick of the draft, like Kobe. Again, this is the 74th NBA season. 74 and 33 are numbers that are always paired together, and this is why. When I first began my research, this calculator, by the way, that we're using, you guys, it was built by somebody who found my work and was a skeptic. He thought I was wrong, but then he tried to prove me wrong, and he found out that I was dead on, and he got so inspired he built this website for people. But once upon a time, I used to do everything by hand. I used to write out all the decodes by hand, pen and paper, and whiteboard. Back in the old days, I used to do my videos on the whiteboard in real time. When I first was starting to figure out this research, I wrote out all 50 states, and I decoded each by hand, and I noticed that only one state summed to 74, which I thought was really interesting, and that was Oregon. Oregon equals 74. It was the 33rd state, and I'd already realized that there was something about 74, because I noticed that English was 74, Gematria is 74. Again, this is a Jewish practice. Jewish is 74. It's a Masonic practice, 74. It's considered occult knowledge, which means hidden. Occult, 74. I noticed things like holiday was 74. Think about this nation's birthday, 7-4. And when I first started, I knew the alphabetic order and the alphabetic order with the rules of numerology. And I saw Independence Day was 74. By the way, Independence Day in reverse is 277, which is the 59th prime. Freemasonry equals 59 in Hebrew and in English. Freemasonry is the 17th prime. The word Mason equals 17. And modern Freemasonry began in 1717. And then this nation was established 59 years later, 1776. Look up the Masonic Constitution, which was written in the 1720s. All the ideas expressed in that book are what are in our Constitution. This is a nation by Masons, for Masons. When they say we the people, they're not talking about everybody. They're talking about we the Masons. We the people's 58, like Freemasonry's 58, like Rosicrucians 58, like Secret Society's 58. And don't forget, King James, the real King James, dropped dead at age 58. And King James in the NBA just passed Kobe Bryant before he bit the dust. Kobe Bryant's got that 58 too, like Los Angeles Lakers. But anyway, coming back to this. The reason for it's the 74th NBA season with the alphabetic order. Jesus is 74. Cross is 74. Think about Jesus on the cross at age 33. Messiah is 74. Gospel, that's the story of Jesus, 74. Parables is 74. Jesus spoke in parables. Riddles, 74. The English translation of Jesus is Joshua, 74. The Egyptian cross, if you run the alphabetic order in reverse, Ankh is 74. And when I saw this, when I learned reverse gematria, I was like, oh my goodness, Jesus Christ is 74. And look this up. This is a history book fact, which doesn't mean it's true, but it's in the history books. George Washington, the Mason, he's got that 74 gematria. The history books say that George Washington had 74 generals, and 33 of them were Masons. Masonry's 33, secrecy's 33, orders 33, federal's 33. Washington, D.C., the nation's capital that's named after him, is 137, which is the 33rd prime number. There's a statue in that town of Albert Pike, the Mason, holding the book Morals and Dogma. And in that book, it says that Masonry owes all thanks to Kabbalah. Explains that Masonry is based in Kabbalah. And he also has a few interesting sentences about Lucifer, and Lucifer's the light bearer, like Masonry's the pursuit of light, and those Lucifer's 74 as well. So anyway, 74 and 33. Kobe, just using the alphabetic order, is 33. So Kobe dies in the 74th NBA season, you know, and then Kobe Bryant is 41, the 13th prime. Well, his calculator's struggling right now. Sometimes if his calculator does this, you either got to go to Number Empire where you can look up the same thing, or just keep refreshing. 41, the 13th prime. Think about Jesus and the 12 disciples, 13, the sun and the zodiac. Anyway, 74, 33. Kobe becomes my latest example of 74-33. Pattern that we've documented so many times in so many different ways. And with regards to 33, Devin Booker plays for the Phoenix Suns. Trae Young plays for the Atlanta Hawks. Those are the only two cities in the NBA that are on the 33rd parallel. There's some cities that sprawl into the 33rd parallel, like Los Angeles sprawls into the 33rd parallel. Compton section of LA is on the 33rd parallel. A lot of it's on the 34th. You know, Dallas, if you count like the furthest sprawl from the city, it might barely touch the 33rd parallel. But these are the only two cities where like the stadiums really are right on the 33rd parallel. The two cities that paid tribute to Kobe. And Kobe just passed LeBron in the 33,000 point range. And again, LeBron's got that 33. James got that 33. Drafted by Cleveland. First player to come back from down 3-1 in the finals. The 33rd opportunity in the NBA playoffs in NBA history. It was the 33rd opportunity, the first time that somebody came back from 3-1. And remember, we won a lot of people a lot of money because I said all year why LeBron was definitely going to win the finals that year. And when he was down 3-1, I didn't even blink. I said, well, here's the time to get your money. He's coming back and winning on the real King James's birthday. And, you know, if you go back and look at the box score for that game, the Warriors lost with 89 points. King James 89. I told people when LeBron signed with the Lakers, I said, wait until LeBron turns 35. LeBron just turned 35 December 30th. And just think about that in terms of people being birthed. LeBron James, Tiger Woods, Tyrese, they're all born December 30th, 12 plus 30, 42. They all got those racial numbers stamped on them. 42, you know, that's the N-word. Jackie wore 42. Look how the N-word's 42. Black History on the bus 42. Black History Month, February 42. Tiger, he's got that 5976 on. Actually, let me just type in Negro for you so you can compare Tiger and Negro. You see it? Now let's type in Woods. You see it? Woods is backwards. See? Anyway, these people are all born and bred to be and named accordingly. That's how the stage is set. Okay. So again, they point out how they combined for the 81, Kobe being Bryant 81. I forgot to insert the picture of Devin Booker's birthday, but here I'll just show you this. Devin Booker birthday. His birthday is October 30th, right? So check this out. From his birthday to this Kobe tribute was his 89th day of his age. 89 is the 24th prime. Los Angeles, California is 89. I should have put King James up here. King James is 89. But it's also the 11th Fibonacci number, and Devin Booker made 11 shots, they point out right here, on his 89th day of his age, paying tribute to the Kobe Bryant number 24. Again, they both put up 24 shots. And again, just got to remind people, these people in the league are not like you and I. They were put on the chessboard, that Masonic floor in their buildings, a chessboard, because these people are always playing chess. They got the board set, they got the next 20 moves ahead planned, and it's all going to be done by the code. Devin Booker, 13th pick like Kobe. Then Kobe gets sent to LA, LA 13. LA also 41, the 13th prime. Devin Booker playing for Phoenix. Phoenix is 91. That's the 13th triangular number. You add 1 through 13 together, it equals 91. And what's also interesting is because we're on 7-day weeks, 13 weeks is 91 days as well. Again, a lot of this relates to time, you know. The moon, 13 cycles, 13 names of God. The House of the Temple, the Masonic headquarters in D.C., has 13 pyramid-like steps on top of the building, just like your dollar bill, with the Masonic mottos and symbolism all over it. You got the pyramid with the all-seeing eye, capstone on top, 13 layers of bricks there too. Don't forget Kobe Bryant, 41, the 13th prime. His daughter dead at 13, he dead at 41. LA and KB, 13, 41. Also, the Suns lost with 109. Los Angeles is 109. Remember the Hawks won with 152. Ridiculous score, all-star game. But Pennsylvania equals 152, where Kobe's from. The White House is on Pennsylvania Avenue. If you add the scores from Devin Booker and Devin Booker's Suns and Trae Young's Hawks, you get 261 points. The date was 26/1, like 261. Remember, the United States of America equals 261. Let me just show you. The United States of America. 261. It's also 99. The United States of America was named on September 9th, 1776. The nation that began with 13 colonies and 13 stripes. The Bavarian Illuminati was founded with 13 families, May 1st, 1776, a date with 99 numerology. But again, the United States of America is not a nation, it's a corporation. You see that 144? Corporation, 144. Special numbers. The United States of America is 243 years old right now. 243. 243. Kobe Bean Bryant's 243 and 54. The Masons, the planet they worship is Venus. Venus is 54, and one day on Earth is 243 days on Earth is how long it takes Venus to make one rotation. 54, 243, patterns that we've tracked all year. Venus has that 81 as well. And they're paying tribute to 81 with Kobe and Devin Booker and Trae Young. Is Memphis where Martin Luther King Jr. was killed? I'm trying to think right now. Was it? Yeah, it was Memphis. It wasn't Nashville. It was Memphis. And I know that one of Kobe's last Instagram posts was about Martin Luther King, and this comes shortly after Martin Luther King Jr. Day. As for the Grizzlies scoring 114, LeBron James is 114. I'm going to show you why LeBron James is 114 in a second. But notice there was 223 combined points in this game. James is 223 in Satanic Gematria. That's not one of our base ciphers, but look, I'll show you what Satanic Gematria is all about. If you write out Satanic Gematria in that cipher, it equals 666. And what's up with that? The way Satanic Gematria works is like this. It just starts at 36. A is 36, B is 37, C is 38, so on. Now, why does that matter? 666 is the 36th triangular number, which means if you add 1 through 36 together, it's 666. So this is another cleverly thought out cipher that is based on the 26 letters of the English alphabet. It would only work with 26 letters. And of course, this whole system of letters and numbers comes from Kabbalah. or to the Greeks known as isopsophy. In Revelation 13:18, about the number of the beast, 666, is a Greek isopsophy riddle. So anyway, James is 223. That's the 48th prime. James is 48 as well. So is Freemasons. So is Illuminati. Remember, George Washington penned the letters saying that he believed the Bavarian Illuminati had infiltrated the Scottish Rite of Freemasonry in the late 1700s. And here we are 300 years later, and, you know, coincidence theorists and ignorant people, when they hear the word Illuminati, they go, oh, conspiracy theory. It's just like, no, moron. Read some history. Bavarian Illuminati, established May 1st, 1776 by Adam Weishaupt. Adam Weishaupt, 51, 5/1, May 1st, right? That's the conspiracy number, conspiracy 51. Think about Area 51, known for conspiracies, and thinking about program morons saying things like tinfoil hat 51. I could go on all day. Anyway, 223, the 48th prime in Jewish Gematria, which is the most important cipher outside of the base ciphers, Masonics 223. And that's just a cipher that's based on the old order of the English letters that came from the Latin alphabet. Pays tribute to Hebrew Gematria and Greek isopsophy. Now, with regards to why LeBron James equals 114, notice King James's birthday, June 19th. June 19th, 619. Again, LeBron won his only championship with the Cavs on June 19th, which is also Juneteenth, the day the slaves were freed. Slavery equals 42 like LeBron James, but 619 is the 114th prime, like LeBron James, 114. See how King James was born in 1566. Don't forget that King James became a king at 13 months of age. LeBron won in his 13th season playing for the Cavs. The son of King James was King Charles, and the people who fought for him were Cavaliers. That's why you got King James on the Cavs. It's a historical riddle. And again, the controllers, they know that Americans don't know shit about shit, especially history. All they ever learned in high school is that Christopher Columbus was the greatest fucking sailor there ever was, and brown people, well, they were worthy of slaughter. We'll just call it manifest destiny and set up the freest nation there ever was, where you can't even smoke plants that come out of the earth because, God forbid, they might open your third eye. Anyway, that covers the Trae Young, Devin Booker coincidence. You know, we began with the introduction to why things are done this way. If you missed the beginning of the video, again, answered the questions from the channel. So Illuminati, who sent a lot of people here, which I appreciate. And a lot of his people came over and said, I'm here, but I'm confused. I don't get why they're doing things with letters and numbers. Again, it's Kabbalah. The belief in Kabbalah is God created the world with letters and numbers. The controllers play God with this code every single day. And they got the technology that makes them look so good with it. Okay. So yesterday we covered Kobe Bryant, dead at 41. I'm just going to speed through this real quick because I have new stuff to show you too that we haven't covered yet, but there's some things I entered in here that I want you to see. Again, the first chapter of my book, you got to read that book if you haven't read it. Why are there 26 letters in the alphabet? It's the God number. Bryant 26, Jordan 26, Athlete 26, Game 26, God 26, Philadelphia 101, the 26 prime, Kobe's hometown. His death announces the Pro Bowl was kicking off. Pro Bowl's 101. By the way, you guys, I almost put this in the notes, and I wish I did because it would have, it would have been one more thing for people to see in real time. But the winner of the Pro Bowl yesterday scored 38 points. 38. And again, Kobe's death was announced as the Pro Bowl was beginning. You see how Pro Bowl's 38? AFC scored 38. NFC lost with 33 points, right? On the day Kobe dies, where his death starts the game. Kobe 33, death 38. The score was 33-38. That's 71 combined points, the 20th prime. Death's 20. It's why I said 2020 is going to be a deadly year for celebrities, and we're already seeing that. So, again, Pro Bowl, the 101, the 26 prime, but also the 38. And remember, the movie poster Murder by Numbers, they only changed 2 letters to numbers. The E to the 3, the B to the 8. Murder's 38. Killings 38. RIP's 38. Gematria's 38. The band Slipknot has the song Gematria, the killing name. The first member of that band who died at age 38. English is 38. Comes from Kabbalah. 38, it's a Jewish practice. So, It's all 38s. The nation's capital, not by accident, is on the 38th parallel. It's the Masonic Kabbalah capital, D.C. They said Kobe's helicopter crashed right off the 101 freeway. Again, this is my first chapter of my book, 101 and 26. Gotta know it. Sunday is the one day of the week that sums to 33. Again, this is a ritual with Kobe and LeBron. Kobe gets passed by LeBron and dies the next day. Again, this is synced up with the Grammys. Grammys 33. It was the 62nd annual Grammys. A lot of celebrity deaths was 62. Sacrifices 62. Faustian bargains 62, which is a phrase for selling your soul to the devil for fame and material gain. And I think that's pretty much what goes on with most celebrities, if not all. And again, just interviewed Larry Johnson of the Chiefs last Wednesday. I purposefully didn't ask him some tough questions that I would have liked to have asked. I was kind of filling him out too with my questions because he danced around some of them, and I was aware of that. But I just wanted to establish a relationship because I want to get him back on, and I'm hoping with time he'll be willing to reveal more. And in our first interview, I mean, he did talk a lot about celebrities and murder by numbers and you know, selling souls and stuff. So he did give out some information, but I didn't really press him on his own stuff. And anyway, the day before Kobe died, LeBron had Mamba for Life on his shoes, which has the 62 as well, sacrifice number, and then he dies the day of the 62nd Grammys. Just going to skip over some of this. Well, Kobe did die on the date with 67 numerology. Again, blood sacrifice, Calabasas 67. Kobe beat Bryant 54. Black Mamba 59. The first Grammys in 59 on 5-4. Kobe dies on the 62nd version day. And Calabasas has that 59 as well. Look at the Calabasas Black Mamba overlap. King has that 67 Gematria too. King James ritual. King is 41 forwards. And again, this is why you got to know it both ways. Kobe's dead at 41 after the King passes him. On a 67 date numerology the day after. In Calabasas. Black Mamba. Mamba for life. Okay. And again, Super Bowl 54 coming up. If you missed the video I did the two videos I did the day before Kobe's death, go back and watch them. I was talking about how 54 is all over. We've documented so many deaths with 54 connections leading up to this year's college championships and NFL Super Bowl 54. Again, the college championship was in New Orleans, which equals 54 on a 54 date numerology. Drew Brees is also 54. It's the year of Super Bowl 54. And did you see the first? Oh my God, you guys. The first, okay, look at this. The first score of the Pro Bowl yesterday was by New Orleans, from Brees to Michael Thomas. And Michael Thomas this year broke the record with his 144th reception, right? New Orleans. Look at Drew Brees. Drew Brees got that 144 too. But also, Drew Brees 54 like New Orleans, and New Orleans scores the first, New Orleans QB to New Orleans receiver to score the first points of the Pro Bowl. And by the way, that's Louisiana, which has the 38 connection, like Pro Bowl's 38, and it's got the 101 too. Again, all this stuff's connected. It's all connected. Remember, Kobe being Bryant announced dead, then Drew Brees hitting Michael Thomas for the touchdown. Kobe again dead at 41 as well, Super Bowl 41 like Kobe Bryant. And again, he's got the 54 connection for Super Bowl 54. Again, he retired 41 years after his father, who was drafted by Golden State. Well, he retired 41 years after his father was drafted by Golden State in 1975. And again, he died 41 days from Shaq's birthday. Shaq's 47, like the 47 degrees on the Masonic compass. He died 41 days after Joanne Buss of the Los Angeles Lakers, who died December 16th. Again, he died on his 100th day of his dad's age. 100, when you write it out, is 54. 100th NFL season, Super Bowl 54. He died 38 weeks after his wife's death, also 266 days. We're in the time of the 266th Pope, Pope Francis, and he died 41 days from Pope Francis's birthday. Pope Francis is the first publicly Jesuit Pope. Jesuit orders 54. The Jesuits run the NBA. So the Masons do too, but it's the Jesuits first and foremost. And don't ever forget that the Jesuit motto is 266. So many Jesuit rituals with 266. Here's the latest. Kobe Bryant. Kobe. And again, the Jesuits and the Masons. The Scottish Rite share the motto of the Jesuits at the 32nd degree. Before the Masons were in D.C., it was the Catholic colony. That's why it's between Virginia and Maryland, Virgin Mary. That's why Georgetown's there, the Jesuit University. Again, Jesuits and Masons, they run the show. They're the unholy alliance. They control your sports leagues. There's so many rituals synced up with the Pope. See the video I just did the other day on the saints supposedly being busted for covering up sexual abuse in the Catholic Church. And look at this. Here's a new one. They put out the name of the pilot. Ara Zobayan. This is supposedly the pilot that's responsible for Kobe's death. Ara Zobayan, 41-58, like Kobe Bryant, dead at 41. Again, this came 131 days from the start of the NBA Finals, June 4th. Helicopter, NBA Finals, 57. When you write out 57, it's 131, like championship, like Super Bowl, like how this year's Super Bowl is the Joe Montana Bowl. Joe Montana's 54. It's 131 days from his birthday, June 11th. Can't stop it. Okay, I covered all this stuff yesterday. Calabasas, California, 66, like number of the beast, like LeBron James, like LeBron, like Lakers, how like LeBron won his first finals in the 66th NBA season, which was a shortened season, which was only 66 games in length instead of 82. Again, Kobe died on his 157th day of his age. Kobe Bryant, 157. Staples Center, 157. Of course, the Grammys were there. It's where the Lakers play. That's the 37th prime. Los Angeles, 37. Kobe's wife, who the death is synced up with, is 37 years old right now. Again, all these celebrities are in arranged marriages. You think Beyonce really got with Jay-Z? Joke. You really think Kim Kardashian went with little Kanye West? Joke. All this shit is arranged by the numbers. Been talking about it, improving it for years. I'm going to show you something about Jay-Z and Beyonce, who were in the headlines too at this same time. Just wicked stuff, man. You remember when Beyonce was sweet when she was first coming out with Destiny's Child? Now look at her. She's like the Wicked Witch. Anyway, helicopter crash, 79 and 83, like murder. LeBron Raymond James, 79, against Zion Williamson, 79. And did you guys see how many points Zion scored last night? Zion has now scored 22 in his first game on the 22nd. 15 in his second game, so that's 37 points. And then he scored 21 the day Kobe died. That gives him 58 points. Again, Kobe Bryant, 58. Los Angeles Lakers, 58. The real King James died at age 58. He was a Freemason and a Rosicrucian. Freemasonry and Rosicrucian, 58. So was biblical. He's got the Bible named after him. And again, you got to know all the ciphers, you guys. I was just talking about the Jesuits. Zion Williamson in the most pure cipher, 74 for the 74 season. 79, which is the 22nd prime. He makes his debut on the 22nd. He scores 22 points. He scores 17 straight in the fourth quarter. The New Orleans had played 44 games. They were 17 and 27 when Zion made his debut. But look at this. The 79, New Orleans Pelicans. 79. Also 101, like how Kobe's death had a lot to do with 101. Zion Williamson, you see the 187? His birthday's July 6th, the 187th day of the year. You see the 191? What did I just say about the Jesuits? The Society of Jesus, 191, 187, 79. The Jesuits run the NBA. And the story is, if you guys want to know why the U.S. is fully devoted to protecting Israel and Jerusalem, again, it's because it's all masonry, you guys. The story is the Knights Templar at the end of the Crusades discovered Kabbalah and all this ancient knowledge and brought it back to the Catholic Church. And from there, the knowledge spread to elite in Europe, and then it spread to the West when they came over here and colonized. This is where the term the Cabal came from, the powerful elite that have this Kabbalah knowledge. And why do you think the most powerful nation in the world, the U.S., by the way, we give a $38 billion contract to Israel. And on top of money we already give them. And again, the nation's capital, D.C., is on the 38th parallel. But again, Jerusalem's 58. The secrets of masonry are in Solomon's temple. Hold on, I got to spell it right. Solomon's temple. All the Masonic secrets are in Solomon's temple in Jerusalem. Al-Aqsa Mosque. Do you guys remember how last year Notre Dame burned and Al-Aqsa Mosque burned on the same day, April 15th, 2019? A lot of people heard about Notre Dame, but they missed that Al-Aqsa Mosque, which is the third most Muslim holy site in the world. They burned on the exact same day. And Notre Dame was built by the Knights Templar, and in the time of the Crusades, the Knights Templar used Al-Aqsa Mosque at Temple Mount as their headquarters, and they referred to it as Solomon's Temple. Okay? The Knights Templar, again, they're part of the Masonic roots. So, and again, in this same cipher, Freemasonry, Rosicrucian, Secret Society, they're all 58. Israel, the very powerful Masonic nation. And remember, before they established that as the Jewish nation, they were looking at putting it in Africa and all sorts of different parts of the world, but they decided to put it right, where Jerusalem is. Because everything that's being done in this world is being done with this biblical, spiritual, twisted, perverted purpose. That's why you got a Zion Williamson in the 74th NBA season in the sweepstakes on May 14th, the official establishment date of Zionist Israel. Look up Mark Zuckerberg's birthday. His birthday is May 14th, 1984. He's got the 58 just like Freemasonry. He's got that 158 like Freemasonry as well. So anyway, understand there's a reason behind all of this. And if you're going, well, what is 58? What is it? Well, in numerology, it breaks down to 13, like the 13 names of God, and it breaks down to 4, and 4 is the foundation. It's why the 4th book of the Bible is Numbers, but it's also the Tetragrammaton, the most special name of God. Tetragrammaton 58. Kobe Bryant 58. Los Angeles Lakers 58. We talked about how he died 211 days before Kobe Bryant Day and Black Mamba's 211. If you count the span of days, he also died 212 days. And if you've seen the cartoon of Kobe crashing in the helicopter, that cartoon came out on Kobe's 86th day of his age. Secret Society is also 166. Anyway, they mentioned in the article that Kobe played 20 years. It's 2020. Death is 20. And understand, we talked about Kobe on the cross. Again, cross is 74. It's also 20. The word time is 20. T. A lowercase t looks like a cross. Time is 20. Cross is 20. Death is 20. Seasons is 20. And remember, the cross comes from the pagans because it divides into 4 sections, like the 4 seasons. The symbols that we know, they're encoded. You got to ask yourself, where did these words come from? I used to ask this stuff as a child. I wish somebody would have explained this to me in 2nd grade. I used to have these questions. Well, why does this word start with that letter? Who decided that this word was going to be spelled that way? Well, the answer came to me when I was 30 years old. I had to wait until I was 30. I had to wait from the time I was 7 until I was 30 to have that question answered. And I always feel bad for the people who come by my videos and leave some shitty comment about how dumb this is. Really, all they're exposing is that they're dumb people, They don't have enough curiosity or intelligence to recognize a well-spoken person who's well-versed with a lot of good information. And to be getting shitty comments in 2020, it's just like, man, these people don't have a fucking clue. They just got here. You're talking to somebody who's called damn near every sports championship and so many news stories and celebrity deaths before they even happened. I have a 3-year going streak of saying circle this date on the calendar and there's going to be a celebrity death on this date. Streak hasn't been broken. It won't be broken because these people work by a code. That we unravel more and more every single day. Again, LeBron passed Kobe 26 days after his birthday, and then Kobe died 27 days after LeBron's birthday. Rituals 27. Again, the U.S. is 243 years old right now. Kobe Bean Bryant, 243. The United States of America, 261. Dead on 26/1. Dead at 41. USA, 41. Again, 41 the 13th prime. 13 stripes, 13 colonies. Dead 22 days before Jordan's birthday, or a span of 23 days. King equals 22 and 23. Basketball, 22. And he died 770 days after his jersey was retired. Staples Center, 77. David Stern dead at age 77 to start the year by the numbers. Go watch my video from that. I said, watch. It'll be synced with Zion's return. It was. Again, last week, Kobe in the news in relation to a crash. This is called predictive programming. Kobe's orchestrating traffic after a crash. This was from December 13th. Kobe's 113th day of his age. Kobe Bryant 113 like Michael Jordan, like the National Basketball Association, like how 3 years ago in the finals, the first 3 games started with 113 points, and they nearly did the 4th game too. One team was hanging on 113, and then they scored a garbage bucket with no time left to take it off 113. I was like, are they really going to put 113 in the box score 4 games in a row? But they did it to you 3 games. Number we've always talked about. Kobe Bryant's retirement poem, Dear Basketball, 113, played his last game against the Utah Jazz, the only team in the league that sums to 113. It was pointed out to me, I pointed out that from the day that Kobe won his Oscar, March 4th, 2018, to his death was 99 weeks. And we talked about the relationship with 13 and 99, and his thing he won his Oscar for starts with a countdown on 13 seconds, like LA's 13, like how he was the 13th pick. But look at this, LeBron right now at this moment, he's played 99 games with the Lakers. Bavarian Illuminati established 13 families on a date with 99 numerology. 5 plus 1 plus 17 plus 76. Notice LeBron's played 44 games this season. Again, kills 44. When Nike was 44 years old, they gave LeBron that $44 million contract. We just saw Archibald die on the date that I told people to circle a month in advance, the only Scottish NBA player. He played 44 NBA games and died on the 44 date numerology, January 23rd, 2020. And again, that's the tragic thing, you guys, is when I've done at least 1,000 videos on celebrity deaths in the 6 years I've been here, and all of these deaths are equally as important. Just because Robert Archibald's not the big name like Kobe Bryant, like nobody even gave a shit when Robert Archibald died besides probably his own family. He was murdered by the same code. Nobody gave a shit. But everybody cares about Kobe. And why do they care about Kobe so much? Because Kobe, like David Stern said in 1984, the NBA is not about basketball, it's about making stars. Kobe was made a star in the mind's eye of the masses. So many people worship Kobe. Think about all the Kobe jerseys just everywhere all over this nation. Millions of them. People wearing this man's number on their back. And yeah, Kobe was a very gifted athlete, but he was the beneficiary of the rig NBA that was completely fixed and so transparent, and you just got to be so fucking blind to not see it. I mean, grow up in a small town like Portland like I did and watch what happens to the Blazers, when they have to face Jordan in the finals and you can't even blow on him. You can't even come within a foot of him, Watch the Blazers just, 1 quarter away from going to the championship. Something that, all the fans would love to see. And how did the Blazers come out in the 4th quarter up 20 against the Lakers? How did they come out? Flat. They don't even play defense. They don't even hustle. They don't even try to rebound. They don't box out. They don't waste the shot clock. They don't run down the shot clock. They waste up long shots for no reason. You're up 20 points with a quarter left. You should be running the clock. You should be playing defense, rebounding. Nah, instead it's Kobe and Shaq on the fast break with all the Blazers with their hands in their pants, jerking off, watching Kobe, catch the alley-oop or toss it to Shaq. It's just a joke. It's just a joke. And this is why so many people love this guy, because he's part of this rigged fucking circus show of obvious bullshit that you got to have your head so far up your ass not to see. It's pathetic. It needs to be said. If Kobe's really dead, though, man, it's sick. He didn't deserve to be murdered. None of these people deserve to be killed, even if they did sell their soul. Even if they did sign on the line in blood, It's just like the David Bowie song, Rock and Roll Suicide. If you never heard that song, check it out. It's about stars making decisions at too young an age. Kobe came out of high school. Of course, his dad, he was born into it. But now if Kobe's really dead, so are these other people, and so is his 13-year-old daughter. I don't know if they're really dead or not. I don't know. There's too much deception in this world to know really what's true. That's why my goal in this mission was, when I started putting out truth in 2013, and actually I've been putting out truth since the day 9/11 happened. I've been speaking out all over the place. But when I started to put my stuff online with my blog and my videos, I wanted to give something that people could see and use themselves and not have to believe somebody else. Like I've never claimed to be anyone or I have some insider information. I put out some knowledge and told you where it came from and why it's used and how you can apply it and see the same thing. And that's why there's a bunch of people that have started their own channels and their own blogs and who are emulating this work. How many people in the truth community, even people that have millions of channels, how many of them actually have, I don't want to say followers, but people that learn from them and are now emulating the work and doing the same thing and help spreading knowledge, Again, I wanted to give people something real, and I have, and I backed it up. And it's still sad that so many shit-brain idiots, the type of people that walk around with sports jerseys with other men's name on their back, like that isn't fucking pathetic. Think about it. Who gives a shit if that's your favorite athlete? You're really going to walk around with his fucking name on your back? You want to be him. You're living vicariously. I hate living here in Washington State and watching everybody wear their Russell Wilson fucking jerseys. Are you serious, man? Russell Wilson? Russell Wilson, whose 21st pass was intercepted by number 21 on the date February 1st, 2/1 on the down 2nd and 1 at the goal line. Number 21 goes down to the ground with 21 seconds left. You know? He threw that pick in the 21 ritual. Look at pick in the most pure cipher, 21. I'm talking about the end of Super Bowl 49 when Russell Wilson should have handed off to Marshawn Lynch, who all year had converted on every touchdown from the 1-yard line. Never once did the Seahawks pass on the 1-yard line. Never once. Not once the whole season until the Super Bowl for the 21 ritual to give the Patriots their latest rigged Super Bowl. So it just makes me sick. Everybody in their Patriots jerseys and their Laker jerseys worshiping this obviously rigged bullshit. Everyone plays prevent defense and can't get to Tom Brady, who has no speed or agility. Julian Edelman, little white boy. 10-yard cushion on him all game. Super Bowl MVP. Type out Super Bowl most valuable player, 108. Last year's Super Bowl where he's the MVP. The first Jewish MVP of the Super Bowl is 108 days from his birthday. Geometry equals 108. It's why they sew 108 game balls for every Super Bowl. Vesica Pisces equals 53. The most important shape in the sacred geometry, the shape of the football. That's why you got the 53-man roster, the 53-yard wide field. Okay, moving on. TMZ referred to his daughter by her first and middle name, Gianna Maria. I don't think that's an accident. It's 74, like the 74th NBA season, to add to our 74-33 ritual. And remember, Gianna Bryant is 126, like dead on 1/26. Like Trae Young's 126, who did the tribute for Gianna where we started. They say Kobe's helicopter crashed on the 4200 block. Again, they just got to do it over and over. 42 in black history. LeBron James 42. Lakers 42. You know. Jackie Robinson's birthday coming up. Number 42. Jackie 42. 2 years ago, they killed 3 black celebrities on Jackie Robinson's birthday. All of their names equaled 42. Here, I'll type them out for you right now. Oscar Gamble, famous baseball player, 42. Died on Jackie's birthday 42 days after his own birthday. He died at age 68. He was known for rocking the Afro 68. Rajuel Butler, basketball player, Philadelphia. This was right before the Eagles won their rigged Super Bowl that Kobe was a part of. Rajuel Butler, 42, dead in a car crash like Jackie Robinson's son. Jackie Robinson's son died at age 24, the reflection. And then the other was LaTanya Lemon, who supposedly died while ice fishing herself and fell through the ice and drowned in freezing water. She's the sister of Don Lemon, the news anchor on CNN. Don Lemon. And that name Lemon, 59, 76, like Negro, like slave, like blues, like Rasta. Ugh. It's sick, man. It's sick. And again, 18th chapter in my book, you guys. It's all about how the contrived race war is done by the numbers, 42 and 59 and 76. This whole thing they've done with Meghan Markle and Prince Harry, it's all about 18. It's all about 18. I made it the 18th chapter in my book on purpose. Race is 18. Just so people would remember that. And now you have your latest example with Meghan Markle and Harry. Check out my work on it. Part of that Masonic cabal. Okay, so here's the Kobe cartoon, the predictive programming. End of Days by L. Todd Myers and Grant DeKernian, November 16, 2016. All right, check it out. That name Grant DeKernian equals 74. Kobe goes on to die in the 74th NBA season, right? And End of Days is 150, like Super Bowl LIV. That's the 54th Super Bowl. Again, Kobe being Bryant's 54. The other writer, L. Todd Myers, has that 54. And the cartoon released November 16, 2016. That was Kobe's 86th day of his age. Blood sacrifices 86 and 67, like how he died on the 67 numerology in the 67 location Calabasas. And then there's Kobe Bryant helicopter toys out there. There's even one with a propeller coming out of Kobe's head. We showed it yesterday in the live stream. And supposedly there's this tweet out here from this channel too. And again, this is like the Juice WRLD thing. We've seen this before. On the 13th day of the 11th month, Kobe is going to end up dying in a helicopter crash. 199,000 likes. That's the 46th prime. Sacrifice is 46. Okay. Oh, they also came out. These were the first two names that they put out besides Kobe and his daughter that died in the helicopter crash. And notice how they went from 5 dead to 9 dead. Did you see how they did that yesterday? 5 dead, then 9 dead. Again, Black Mamba 59, Calabasas 59. You know. Anyway, they go from 5 dead to 9 dead. The first two names they put out were John Altobelli, which is 54, and then Christina Mauser, which is 101. Again, the 26th prime, Kobe Bean Bryant 54, his daughter's name, Gianna Bryant 54. You know. Okay. So again, here it was, LeBron passing Kobe with the 54th Laker points, while Philadelphia was on 74, and you just saw how, again, the score was 48-51. Then the Lakers, you could see that they stopped playing. It was just like watching the Blazers in the fourth quarter of the Western Conference Finals when they let the Lakers come back and win, and that's exactly what they did. They let them come back and win. Couldn't have been any more obvious. They might as well not even had. They might have just had for that comeback for the Lakers over the Blazers, and then the same thing happened to Sacramento the next year. But for that Lakers comeback, the Blazers might as well just had 0 people on the court. They might as it would have looked about the same. You know, if there were 0 Blazers out there, just 5 Lakers compared to the 5 Blazers who didn't even try to play basketball in the fourth quarter. Would have been about the exact same in terms of a comparison. But 54-74, man. 74 season. Lakers just went to shit to get the, instead of being down 3, they had to be down 20 for the ritual to be all perfect. And realize I talked about this before the game was even played. Why Kobe was getting passed on January 25th in his hometown. Because again, 25/1, like 251, the 54th prime. Put this out in the video before the game was even played. It was all documented. And then you just had to laugh when LeBron passed on the 54 points. Just like I did the Zion Williamson video. Why he's returning on the 22nd. The significance of 22 and 17. Zion scores 22 with 17 in the fourth quarter. Again, this is what I've done for years. That's why literally, I mean, I don't mean to toot my own horn, but literally, I put out the most interesting fucking information far and above by anyone and anywhere on the internet in the last 6 years about things that people are actually into, entertainment, sports, politics. You know, nobody else covers more topics. How can I not have, like, honestly, in my opinion, I don't know how anyone on YouTube has more subscribers than me, to be perfectly honest. I don't know anyone who's done anything a fraction as interesting. Fucking Joe Rogan? Fuck Joe Rogan, that shill sorry-ass motherfucker. He doesn't put out nothing interesting. His interviews are fucking bullshit. More people should be tuned into this than fucking Joe Rogan's shill ass who got famous making people eat cockroaches for money. Fuck Joe Rogan. Go back and watch his early podcasts. Fucking jerk off. Every video, he'd be advertising penis pumps and Fleshlight and talking about how good it is to jerk off into his silicone vagina. I mean, get the fuck out of here, Joe Rogan. He's the most famous guy on YouTube. Get the fuck out of here. Ain't said nothing interesting the whole time he's been on as far as I'm concerned. So again, here it was. When LeBron passed Kobe, it was Kobe's 156th day of his age. Philadelphia 76ers 156. Of course, LeBron passes again in Kobe's hometown, Philly, against the 76ers. Then Kobe crashes in a plane or a helicopter with a 76 in the name. And again, I was just talking about how, you know, the 26 is LeBron passing Kobe 26 days after his birthday. See how it all is? And then Kobe dead next to the 101 on the 26, 101 the 26 prime. Now look at this. If Kobe is dead, I'm doing this for dead Kobe. Let's erase the shame from his name, because I saw the mainstream media, they had to bring it up. You know, the one blemish in Kobe's career was the rape. Okay, let's see if Kobe really raped anybody, because as I remember, they didn't put out that girl's name, and you looked at her and she was kind of busted. You're like, really? Kobe? I bet if Kobe goes out to a spa, every fine woman in there Kobe could hook up with without raping. He's going to rape this busted chick? I don't think so. This is what I was saying back then. I didn't know Gematria back then. This is 2003, 10 years before I learned Gematria. But the supposed date of the rape is July 1st. Kobe's birthday is August 23rd. 54 days. Kobe being Bryant, 54. If you don't count the span of days, it's 53. Los Angeles is 53. Why they were in rigged Super Bowl 53 against the Patriots, 53. Again, 16th prime is 53. 16 points in the Super Bowl. But look at this. It happened at the spa at Cordillera. 251, the 54th prime. You see how they just do the same numbers over and over? This NFL season, the first Sunday was September 8th, the 251st day of the year, the 54th prime. Again, Trevor Lawrence just became 25 and 1 as a starter in New Orleans, 54, on a date with 54 numerology. And now the winning quarterback, Joe Burrow, the Super Bowl's 54 days after his birthday, and it's the Joe Montana Bowl, and Joe Montana's 54. And there's a whole lot more to that. There's a whole lot more to that. Patrick Mahomes. He beat Len Dawson's 1964 touchdown passing record November 11, 2018. His girlfriend was in the stands with her father. Her father dropped dead the same day that Mahomes beat Len Dawson's record from 1964. From that game to the Super Bowl 64 weeks later, Kansas City Chiefs is 64, and the whole Super Bowl is synced up with Joe Montana's 64th birthday, June 11th this year. 11/6, like 116, like 116 points scored in the conference championships. And again, you go through everything from sports to news, you just see how it's all bullshit by the numbers. We get another bar shooting. Let's not forget that in Kansas City, we had a bar shooting where they said 5 wounded, 4 dead, a span of 120 days from the Super Bowl. And I showed you how that bar, KC Tequila Bar in Gematria, equaled 120. And then the day the Chiefs advanced to the Super Bowl, you have another bar shooting. And this time it's a bar owned by a former Kansas City Chief. You know? It's all rituals. It's all scripted news, bullshit. Anyway, the same day that Kobe dies, in the 126 ritual on 1/26, you get a shooting at a South Carolina bar in Hartsville. And Hartsville's 126. And I haven't done the due justice on this yet because I guarantee this is synced up with sports. I guarantee it's synced up with sports. Most of the bullshit in the news is synced up with sports because people care way more about sports than they do news, but you watch every single day. It's all ritual. Again, 126. Where did we see it? Trae Young, 126. Does the tribute to Gianna Bryant, scoring all these points, 126. On January 26th, 126. It's the same shit. A shooting in Hartsville on the same day. Before Kobe died, I did a video the morning before it was announced that Kobe had died about the death of a drummer in the news. Look at this. His name was Sean Reiner. He was in the band Death, which turns 38 years old this year, like Death. Drummer equals 38. Just like in the movie Spinal Tap, the drummers always get it. Drummer equals 38, like death, murder, killing, R.I.P. Anyhow, this dude dies 243 days from his birthday. And I do a video talking about how his most famous band was Cynic, which equals 54, like Venus equals 54, and like how one day on Venus is 243 days on Earth, and how we've seen this pattern all year. Then Kobe Bean Bryant, 243, 54, dies later the same day. You know what I mean? And you know what? Let's just pull this up too, because I'm thinking about this more. Kobe's not from Pittsburgh. He's from Philadelphia. But they're the same state, Pennsylvania. And remember, on August 11th this year, 118, death 118. The Steelers coach died at age 62, sacrificed 62, like Kobe dies the day of the Grammys. And what I pointed out is this coach, Daryl Drake, he died on a date with 58 numerology, a Pittsburgh coach, Pittsburgh 58. From his birthday, December 11th, to his death, August 11th, was 243 days. Coaching for the Pittsburgh Steelers, 243. Alphabetic order, reverse alphabetic order. And look at his name, Daryl Drake, 54. We've been talking about this 54, 243 thing all year. All year. You know? And now Kobe, another Pennsylvania product. Dead by the same numbers while the U.S. is 243 years old. It'll turn 244 this July. But I was talking about this dead drummer, these numbers, and then you get Kobe the same day. And look, the news of this man's death broke January 25th. 25/1, like 251, the 54th prime. Cynic 54. He'd reportedly died the day earlier, but the news broke January 25th. Spinal Tap's another 54, the movie that talks about all the dead drummers. Again, he was in the band Death as well that turns 38 years old this year. He's also in the band Aeon Spoke. So he had fateful numbers on him. Reinert's 89, his last name, this drummer, that's the 24th prime. Sean's 24, dead on the 24th. Just like how we were talking about Devin Booker, 89th day of his age, 24th prime, pays tribute to number 24, Kobe. The Script. Robert Archibald just died January 23rd. I told everybody to circle this day, a month in advance. You had 3 celebrities die on this day, including the only Scottish basketball player. Again, there's one day each month. Next month it'll be February 22nd. The month after that, March 21st. The month after that, April 20th. The month after that, May 19th. The month after that, June 18th. The month after that, July 17th. August 16th. It's math. All of those dates are going to have 4464 numerology. You're going to see dead celebrities every single day. Some of them will be more famous. Some of them will be less famous. But you're going to see people from the world of entertainment dead on these days. Again, for 3 years I've shown this. I've given you the dates months in advance. It's the same thing every single month. They mentioned in this article, Robert Archibald played in 44 NBA games. Again, January 23rd, the day he was found dead as a young man. Date with 44 and 64 numerology. Kill equals 44 and 64. It's why it's always this date. You'll see that at least one comedian dies this year on one of these dates because comedian has the 64 and 44 thing too. They love to get comedians, but they do it to all the world of entertainment. The other 2 people who died, Jim Lear of NewsHour. So Jim Lear, nobody questioned his death because he was an old man, but NewsHour, 123 is dead January 23rd. NewsHour was on PBS 44, and then the other dude was from The Bachelor. He had some crazy name, Tyler. I forget how to spell his name, but however you spell that dude's name, it's not like that. However you spell his name equaled 44 and 64. Guy from The Bachelor in the headlines, dead that day. Again, the song's Murder by Numbers by The Police that came out in 1983, Murder's 83, about how killing's the sport of the elite. It's as simple as ABC 1, 2, 3. Gematria, the killing name. The Agatha Christie novels, The Murder by Numbers, or the ABC murders. This Robert Archibald, he died 67 days from his birthday. Blood sacrifice 67. 3 days later, the 67 date numerology. Kobe's dead. This dude, Robert Archibald, 73 like sacrifice, like ritual sacrifice. 73 is the 21st prime number. He wore the number 21. January 23rd can be written 23/1 like 231, the 21st triangular number. He died at 39 years old. Robert, 39, Masonry, 39. From Scotland, like the Scottish Rite of Freemasonry. And again, understand, numbers are symbols. Numbers are symbols. The elite, they rule with occult knowledge. They rule with symbols. Look at this photo of Jay-Z and Beyonce. Beyonce's got one eye closed, her left eye. Show you about left eye. Lisa Left Eye Lopez, another person that got it by the numbers. But left eye's got that 33. Again, 33, very special number, occult knowledge. It's Kundalini, about the 33 bones in the human vertebrae. But look at her fingers, clearly doing the 666 salute. Fingers in Sumerian gematria is 666. And then I noticed something. Beyonce's birthday is September 4th. You know, her 33rd birthday is the day that Joan Rivers bit the dust. Beyonce's birthday leaves 118 days left in the year, the death number. There's been a number of people who've died on Beyonce's birthday in recent years. Fateful day. But this picture is from January 25th. Beyonce's 144th day of her age. Go back and look. Jay-Z and Beyonce were married on April 4th, and Kim Kardashian and Kanye West were married on the 144th day of the year. And what's the connection between April 4th, 144, and when you write out 44, 144? And then you get this symbolic photo in the media on Beyonce's 144th day of her age. The reason they're doing this is this. African American does not equal 44 in the base ciphers. Do realize it equals 100. ESPN called this the year of the black quarterback, and they had a picture of Mahomes and Lamar Jackson for that story. Patrick Mahomes' full name equals 333. The Super Bowl leaves 333 days left in the year. But there's these other ciphers down here that are related. Septenary and Chaldean. You see how African Americans 44 and 43 in these ciphers, and these are important ciphers too. I don't talk about them that much, but they are important. Obama was number 44, but he was only the 43rd person to be president. That's because Grover Cleveland had a split term, so he screwed up the count. Every president after Grover Cleveland had +1 in the numbers. So, Obama, he ran on hope, right? Hope is 44. It's also 64. Look at civil rights. Civil rights is 64 in the most pure cipher. The Civil Rights Act is 64. Obama elected 44 years later in 2008. And look at his full name, Barack Hussein Obama. 64 like civil rights. 116 like African American. Barack Obama alone, 76 like Negro. Now you got the first black mayor in Chicago. Her name's Lori Lightfoot, which sounds like as much of a bullshit name as Barack Hussein Obama. Her name's 68, 76. And getting MLK killed in 68. Barack Obama's also 68. MLK was killed on April 4th, 44. Malcolm X was killed on a date with 44 numerology. His assassin was Thomas Hagen, 44, who got 44 years in prison. So anyway, the point I'm trying to make is why you have these black symbols, Beyonce and Jay-Z. Kim Kardashian, I don't think is black. She might be a little bit, but Kanye and her, why they're doing these rituals. Why 44? Why 144? There's a reason. There's symbolism in numbers. Why this picture on Beyonce's 144th day of her age? There's also something else. If you take the decimal points of pi and add the first 144 digits, they equal 666. Fingers, again in the Sumerian cipher, has the 666 gematria. All this stuff, ritual, by the numbers, arranged marriages, contrived poses. You know, these people might be super rich, but they're also puppets on strings for the elite, just like these athletes. You know, someday you're going to read about Beyonce going by the numbers and Jay-Z. It's that Faustian bargain. All right, True Seeker. We covered a lot, and I realized we covered so much I went longer than I just saw the time. I'm supposed to be on Patreon at 10 a.m., so I'm running late. I got to get on Patreon, you guys. Again, thank you to the Soluminati channel for shouting out this work. Wanted to answer the question of all the new people here. Again, if you tuned in late, the beginning I began with an introduction about why the controllers work by this code of letters and numbers. Again, it's all Kabbalah. When the live stream's finished, you might have to wait an hour or so before YouTube uploads the whole video. But you'll know when it's up and watch it from the beginning. All right, True Seeker. Appreciate all the support. Thank you to everyone who picked up the book. If you haven't picked it up, do so. And till next time.